Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. If you guys are not aware, just finished watching the collaboration for Nikke x Resident Evil. They basically teased a bunch of very interesting stuff. Unexpected collaboration. Alright, so I knew there was a collaboration coming soon, but I wasn't expecting a Resident Evil collab. So this is going to be a very exciting one. So I'm going to try to break down what they revealed so far. Hopefully we're going to get a better, input on the characters later on. But with every single collaborations in the game, we all know this is going to be pretty much standardized in terms of the characters. Alright, so if you guys are not familiar with the format, it's always going to be 2 SSR and 1 SR. So let's try and break down that particular trailer that they reveal a little bit later during the FGS Future Game Show at Gamescom. Let's jump into it. Oh. Oh my god. Show me Polly. Polly? Polly! The lolly! Oh no! Okay. The killer wife. Yo! Is that Ada Wong? Wait, who is that? Who is that?
Jill Valentine.
Jill Valentine.
The fight in Goddess of Victory Nikke as
Jill
part of an official collaboration with Resident Evil.
Let's go.
Stay tuned for updates on the
Jill
upcoming
Valentine.
in-game events.
Okay.
All right. What's up next, Maggie?
Okay. So as you can see, we got sort of like a tease for number one, this character right here, which I believe is going to be Ada Wong, right? So this is going to be her silhouette. You can't really see her picture as full, but I think most players who are familiar with Resident Evil series know who she is. Alright, and then of course the one more character is going to be none other than this particular one featured right here. So that's going to be Jill Valentine. So very cool, very interesting collaboration. So again, I just want to reiterate and remind you guys that we are going to have plenty of things happening very soon. Not sure if the collab is happening next week or the week after, but it might be right after the Vesti banner ends. So here's the thing, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys probably did follow. Some of you guys might have forgotten, so let me remind you guys again. Alright, so for those of you who are not aware, this was the developer store that we checked out a couple of days ago. Maybe you guys must have missed out on this, so I just want to bring this up again. This is very important. So for those of you who are, maybe you live under the rock, you don't follow the news as much. In September, the 2025 Bunny Girl event, Coins in Rush will commence. So basically, September is going to literally be we are 2 weeks away from September, right? Unexpected Nikkes will appear with new looks in this event, so please look forward to it. They did mention right here as well, they will be bringing up the Bunny Girl event, alright, bringing up the Bunny Girl costumes. Now that's going to be a very interesting one. So they are going to bring back some of the Bunny Girl costumes alongside with a new Bunny Girl event. So that means we are going to have at least I would predict at least 2 characters from this particular one. So with the collab happening, we're also going to have 2 characters from the collab most likely, and then 2 characters from this particular Bunny Girl event. And then alongside with that, if you guys haven't forgotten, I just want to remind you guys again, we are most likely going to have this particular one as well. So this was a developer's notes that we checked out in July. Alright, so in case you guys forget, so I want you guys to remember here, separate from the summer event rerun recruitments, special rerun recruitments for limited characters introduced a long time ago, namely Miracle Fairy and Winter Shopper Rupee, Mary Bay Goddess, Neon Blue Ocean, and Swimsuit Annie's or Annie's Sparkling Summer alongside with Helm Aquamarine is coming this September. So it's literally mentioned right there. So September is going to be really tight. Alright, so we're going to have all of these reruns for all of these limited characters which are coming back, right? If you guys are new to the game, alright, let me show you guys again all of these characters in the game right now. Now the main highlight for everyone is going to be Annie's right here. Swimsuit Annie's, I do think that she's probably going to be the main important one if you can only pick one. So right now it's going to be probably really tight because we are going to have a new Bunny Girl event and then also the collaboration with Resident Evil, right? And then not to mention, if you guys are not aware, in November, that's going to be the anniversary. So make sure you guys have enough by then for anniversary to be able to pull for the pilgrim characters, right? The pilgrims are unlimited, but like you want to be able to pull for the pilgrim characters as well. That's going to be very, very important. So I want to warn you guys, you gotta plan carefully, plan ahead. This is going to be very, very important. Try to be less impulsive and try to think carefully, who do you really want, especially with the collab characters coming soon. My advice is to wait for a little bit. For the collab characters, I'll be here testing it out on day one, just like with every other character. But just with all of these limited reruns, alright, especially Swimsuit Anis, if you don't get them, you probably will not be able to get them until next year, right? Which is going to be such a bummer. Now, a lot of these characters, especially even Helm Aquamarine, you know, if you think they have value for you in your account, either like, you know, not necessarily in the meta department, but maybe in the, you know, collection department, because these are all limited characters. They did mention that as well for the Winter Rupee N, which I thought was quite interesting. I didn't know that they are going to bring back so many characters, right? So she is also going to be from the first year when Nikke was first released, right? So that's going to be a very good one, alongside with Miracle Fairy N. If you care about PvP, then she's going to be very, very broken. This girl right here, she can revive allies in battle, which makes her quite sought after if you are looking to climb the PvP ranks. Now, as for Mary Bay Goddess, she's not really used much. She used to be one of the better healers when she first came out, but sadly, after that, it seems like, you know, you don't really use her outside of like a mono team element, right? One more that I think like is a little bit upsetting because she wasn't super meta is going to be Swimsuit Neon right here, right? So alongside Swimsuit Anis, I feel like she definitely got the short end of the stick because she's just not that useful in the meta overall. But other than that, if you're getting for the collection, then that's fine. That's going to be how it is. So all of this is going to be something that you guys need to be aware of. September is going to be a pretty hectic one. So the bunny costumes, if they don't make the meta, that's fine, but I just want to warn you guys that there's going to be so many of these characters coming. So the bunnies, the Resident Evil collaboration, and the limited swimsuits. So make sure you guys choose carefully. I will definitely, you know, once all the skills are out, then I can basically give you guys the from the perspective of the meta, right? But of course, if you're pulling for collection, you're there for your waifu characters, etc., then that one is going to be something that you have to decide, right? Because collaborations generally, I feel like they do rerun depending on how they are, right? And most of the time, I think Resident Evil is going to be famous enough that they will make sense for Shift Up to want to rerun this at least one more time in the future, right? But for all of these other limited characters, that is going to be a different story altogether, right? So it depends on which one overall. But if you can only pick one, probably Swimsuit Anis is still going to be one of the more meta ones in terms of all of these limited characters from all of these lists. Alright, so with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think of the Resident Evil collaboration. Very, very interesting. But at the same time, for new players, please be very, very conservative with the gems and tickets that you have, alright? Make sure you guys don't go broke before the anniversary. With that being said, that's going to be it for now. Subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.